to the Hustle Skirt Podcast, the show that brings you economic equity for everyone every day with your host, Debra Gould. Yes, I am Debra Washington Gould, President and CEO of Debra Gould and Associate Inc. DGAI is a New Orleans-based management consulting and performance management company founded in 1996. Hey, y'all, I'm celebrating 27 marvelous years in the professional industry service. Well, as you can see, I have a wonderful guest in front of us, but before I engage this interview with Angelica Harris, let me just say something about my company, Debra Gould and Associate Inc. To learn more about my services in professional services, offerings of management consulting, training, facilitating, executive coaching, and business motivational keynote services. Check me out at www.gouldassociates.com. Right now, we're going to get into this interview on the Hustle Skirt Podcast. And that website is www.persistencelane.com. The mission of the Hustle Skirt Podcast is to promote, communicate, and amplify the influence of men and women entrepreneurs. We are, y'all, for-profit business. For-profit business. On occasion, I would love to have my C-suite and higher executive with corporation and nonprofit organization. But for right now, it's all about entrepreneurs. So let me give you a little meaning of why I selected the name Hustle Skirt, because every day in our business development opportunities, it is all about hustle, hustle, hustle to bring our products and services to our clients. When we're knocking and asking and seeking, it is a privilege to be able to provide our professional services to clients. So when I think of hustle in a positive way, it means never give up. Don't take no for an answer. Be humble, be grateful, be thirsty, be courageous and bold. Become, be the best you. And that is precisely what you're going to hear from my guest, who is the CEO of Tutors For Us, Miss Angelica Harris. So give me a moment to introduce to my audience today her credentials. Again, Miss Angelica Harris. Tutors For Us provides accessible, experienced test prep tutors, resembling Black high school students, founded by Angelica Harris 10 months ago. It won and Angelica, you're going to have to help me with this, Skandalaris, and she's going to say Venture Competition 2023. Say it one more time for me, Angelica.
Skandalaris.
One more time, please.
Skandalaris.
Skandalaris Venture Competition 2023. Earning a 10K prize. Wow. Congratulations, Angelica. Tutors assist predominantly Black organizations and school districts by offering resources for standardized testing. Angelica's own experience with the ACT inspired her to create the platform. Graduating from Washington University in St. Louis with 3 degrees, including master's in computer science. You're going to have to tell us about those other 2 of the 3. Wow, computer science. She received a 32 on the ACT. I ain't mad with you. That is wonderful, Angelica. Oh, I'm just so impressed with this young lady. Securing a 1.5 million in scholarships and fulfilling her dreams. Let me give her contact information so you can all be a raving fan of Top Tutors for Us after this interview today. Her contact information, area code first, 504-505-1020. Her email, if it's okay with your permission, Angelica Harris at wustl.edu, all in lowercase. At her website, www.toptutorsforus.com, all one word. And I will give you, Angelica, other opportunities to mention your contact information, especially to mention that competition in 2023, because I have a feeling I really messed it up big. So with that being said, and giving myself permission to be human, because I don't get it right like that word that you mentioned, I would like to have you share that idea and concept, and particularly that that's something that you want. To me, that's huge. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome Angelica today. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, madam.
Hi.
How's it going?
Going well.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you for
being.
having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. I was so impressed when I read your information, and just thank you for accepting the Hustle Skirt podcast invitation today. So let's just kick this off, because I want my audience to know as much as possible about Top Tutors for Us. So let's engage this conversation right now. So I'm going to kick it off with a couple of questions that I always ask my guests. So here's the very first one. It's a general question, so have fun with it. Why did you decide to start your own business?
Yeah. So obviously gave a great intro. So a little bit more about my background. I'm was born and raised in New Orleans, and I had big dreams to go to college out of state. So I excelled in school, played a varsity sport. But the only thing that was holding me back was my standardized test score. So my junior year, I had a 16 on my ACT. And so that limited me to just schools, colleges in my local area. And so I went to one of those big brand test prep companies. And when I first went there, I felt out of place. I was the only person of color. Everyone there had high test scores. And so I only ended up improving my score just 2 points. And long story short, I felt that there was a gap in the test prep market. So then for the next 7 months, I prepared and started teaching myself the standardized test and got my score up into the top 99th percentile. So I went from to the bottom 20th percentile to the top 99th percentile. And as a result, I was awarded $1.5 million in college scholarships and ended up attending a top 20 ranked university, Washington University in St. Louis. And as you said, I completed 3 degrees there. So throughout my time in college, I was a test prep tutor to mostly Black high school students. And I got them to increase, to have big jumps in their scores as well. So that led me to, I had a lot of demand. I was tutoring students all across the country. And while I was at Wash U, I was like, well, wow, there are so many really, really smart Black students here. What if I train them to tutor? Then we can make a really big impact. And so that's what I did. So last summer, I recruited particularly Black college students at top universities and trained them to tutor. And now we have top Tutors for Us. And so we have over 150 tutors on our platform.
Wonderful. I'm glad I asked that question. That is powerful. A life on purpose. Thank you for challenging yourself that you can now give your gifts away to have created and built something of 150 tutors, but your gift to others to empower them. That's wonderful, Angelica. So let's keep it going. So that was a great response, that something that was challenging to you to end up on the other side with 1.5 million in scholarship to a top university. Impressive. So here we go again. This one is a little more specific. How would you describe your company's success so far?
Yeah, so the main mission for Top Tutors for Us is to empower and engage Black students, propelling them to achieve more. And so far in the past 10 months since we started the company, we've worked with dozens of students with it and helping them get an ACT increase of 4.5 points. Also, we've already gained a partnership with the St. Louis Public Schools. And we had a summer pilot program with them where all our tutors were rated 5 stars. And we helped the students get significant jump in their test scores as well. So far, it's about reaching as many students as possible. Top Tutors for Us, as you can see in the name, it's a tutoring company for us, for our community, where students can finally get tutors who understand their backgrounds. And that's so important. And we know how important Black teachers are. And so this is an opportunity where students can connect with a tutor that not only looks like them, but is from a top university. So it's inspiring, it's empowering. And we just, our goal right now is to get into as many school districts as possible. And Top Tutors' next goal is to get into work with the New Orleans charter schools. So we're working really hard, and our team and tutors, we're out there, like I said, just this program is for us.
Wonderful. I'm going to press rewind because I would like to have you, of the 3 degrees, would you tell me what are some of your other areas of concentration real quick?
Yes. So I did 2 degrees undergrad. One was in finance from the Olin Business School. The second one was in computer science from the McKelvey Engineering School.
Wonderful.
And then I did a master's, which I completed this past December, in computer science.
Wonderful. I believe the Hustle Skirt podcast platform is going to expand your reach. You're doing excellent on your own, but I'm hoping with some of the educators and my connection being from New Orleans, and this particular interview will just open up even more opportunities, because this is what this program is all about, economic equity. So if I can expand that reach, then I've done my part here. So let's keep it going. It sounds wonderful that you've been able to receive the education, take all of that talent and your skills and experience, and just broaden what your vision is all about. So one other question for you. What makes a good leader?
Yeah, there are many qualities that make a good leader, but if I had to think about one that stands out, a leader needs to be able to empathize with others, because that connection is so important. And so it's not so much about, because you have to understand where, the other person is coming from. So a leader needs to be able to accept, be able to listen to other ideas. The more ideas a company has, the better that company is, that lowers the company's risk. So a leader needs to be able to be a good listener, understand who they're working with. And I think the more, and so that's what I, strive, as the CEO of Top Tutors For Us, that's one of the biggest qualities that, I was, that I, believe that, it's most important. Why I think Top Tutors is where we're at is that it's important for everyone in the company just to be a good listener.
Two good things around a good listener, but when I ask you the question, what makes a good leader, right off the top, you say empathy, showing understanding. That is so key. And using your listening, active listening, not passive listening. So before we close out, I'd like to just ask you if you can describe one word, what comes up for you when you hear the word equity?
Yeah. So the reason why Top Tutors was founded was because we wanted to empower Black students. And as we saw last week, there was a huge shock and, that was a huge, when the Supreme Court overturned affirmative action, that was to help level the playing field and, to support disadvantaged communities and give these students a chance. So now, so equity is about leveling the playing fields, and that's what Top Tutors is about. Our company targets disadvantaged communities, and by providing them with top-notch tutors that understand the students' backgrounds. Our tutors come from diverse backgrounds. Majority of them are Black, and we're here to inspire the next generation of students.
What I like about your whole company concept is you are real clear for a young African-American woman that you have a unique selling position. And what differentiates you from probably other tutoring firms, you're real clear that your market is to be of service to Black high school students. You have surrounded yourself with over 150 other tutors that come from prestigious university like the one that you graduated from. But at the same time, you're real clear who your target audience is. And that makes it so unique, Angelica. And I just want to wish you much success. But before we get off the topic of equity, as you know, when you think about equity and equality, the importance of defining equality and equity are two different concepts and thought processes. We know that when you think of equality means each individual or group of people is given the same resources and opportunities. And with equality, we are talking about two things that are the same thing or of the same value. So you're real clear and you're not getting it twisted at all. It's all about equity that's going to make a huge difference in the way you empower others. So equity recognizes that each person has different circumstances and distributes the exact resources and opportunities needed to achieve an equal outcome. And that is how you show up and play and to be of service. But let's think about it this way, Angelica, what equity means. Given what is needed to be successful. It's not giving everyone the exact same thing. And you're real clear about that. So that's why I was so enthusiastic for the opportunity to interview you and let you use this platform to let others know about what you're doing in your services. So with that being said, I want you to take a moment and share your contact information because it's my wish and my desire that folks will be contacting you via text, through phone call, or start following you on your social media, and definitely to visit your website. So take a moment to let the world know about you and your contact information.
Yeah, so the really nice thing is we at Top Tutors just launched our very new website. So our website is a best. Yes, that's the best way to stay up to date. We have monthly newsletters, plus all our social media links are on our website. And if you have children or know of organizations that would benefit from a partnership with Top Tutors For Us. So there's a contact form where you can fill out and submit it on our website. So our website is Top Tutors with the S for us.com. So again, it's www.toptutorsforus.com.
Let's take a moment and spell out that whole website, because we want folks to call you, visit that website.
Yeah, so www.toptutorsforus.com.
Bravo, you did it. You did it. You did it. Angelica, I certainly hope you had just as much fun, because you gave Debra Gould an education and telling me precisely everything and why you're so brilliant. I tell you, where were you when I needed my scores for ACT to get to that level? That is amazing in the way folks came knocking on your door. But before I let you go, this is a great city, the city of New Orleans, but yet you had a vision to go away to school. So what was that motivation?
Yeah, so I was born and raised here, and I was a varsity athlete, so I played golf. And golf, I'm not sure.
I love golf.
Oh, golf, yeah. So I had the opportunity growing up to travel to different cities and play in tournaments. I was a competitive golfer. And that was it was amazing just to see other cities, other places and cultures. And so that's where I knew like that I just wanted to go to college out of state to put myself out there, to meet new people. And so when I was given the opportunity to attend WashU in St. Louis, that, with a full scholarship plus a spot on the women's varsity golf team, that it was just a no-brainer, yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get you on my team. I don't know if you're a member, but I will text you and I will email you. And when the flyer become available, New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. In fact, they're having their annual luncheon policy meeting this Friday at the Hyatt Regency, this Friday, July 14th, from 11 to 1. Great opportunity to network. But I mentioned that being a golf player, I watched the US Open most of yesterday, and I would like to invite you to be a part of the golf clinic for women. You can probably teach a baby boomer one like myself a little something, but I think you will have fun. There are so many women. Last year we had close to 68 from different parishes, from Orleans, Jefferson, St. Tammany, Plaquemine, St. Charles, but the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce have an excellent women's golf clinic. Every first Friday in November, we have our tournament. So I got to put my foursome together. So I'm going to put my ask in now. The fact that you play golf, oh, we need a strong person on our team. So when I send you the information, the flyer.
Let's go win that tournament.
We're going to win that tournament. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I've enjoyed this interview with you, but I have to go. I have to close out and stay within my reasonable time span for my podcast, because other folks know that we did theirs within 15, 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and wrap up the show for the day. But again, I would like to just say to my audience, the Hustle Skirt objective is to empower you to speak power, embrace change in your own vision, mission, purpose, and get fired up with your own passion, just the way you heard it today from Angelica Harris, the CEO of Tutors For Us. Make sure to visit our website at www.persistencelane.com, where you can subscribe to the Hustle Skirt podcast. 9 different platforms. You will be able to follow this interview today with Angelica. Again, www.persistencelane.com to find out more. And once you really get into this interview today, while you at it, if you found this interview of value with Angelica Harris today at Top Notch Tutors For Us, we will appreciate a rating on iTunes. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a school like the New Orleans Charter School. Please check out this interview on Angelica Harris at www.persistencelane.com. We're going to get this lady known in the New Orleans and hopefully USA and globally, if I have anything to make do in terms of making a difference. You're listening to the Hustle Skirt podcast, the show that brings you economic equity for everyone, every day, with your host, Debra Gould. Angelica, thank you, my dear. This was wonderful. I learned so much, and definitely call me. We're going to win this tournament this year. The champ for 2023, the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce Women's Golf Clinic in August. We get out real early in the morning.
What's the term? So I'm going to write it down on my calendar.
I'm going to send you the information so I don't mess it up. And if you know anybody else that love playing golf, we have some great time and talk about networking. It's an excellent opportunity for networking. But I'll send you the information regarding the upcoming annual luncheon, their public meeting. It's another place of value that you need to be in the room. So with that being said, I'm going to close out the Hustle Skirt podcast. Economic equity for everyone, every day. Thank you, Angelica.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.